Welcome everyone to your October reading 2022. Libra, keep in mind the progress that you are making presently and how this is creating a stability for you. It is true that, we need to be sure that we feel structured. This is also a fairy. The medicine of the fairy is very nature bound. Go out in nature to charge up courage. This is the Aspen Spirit card. You may need to push ahead with your courage to find what the blessings might be presently, to rainbow blessings that's coming up. Those old mystical sayings that at the end of the rainbow there is some sort of reward. Put in some faith in your progress right now and create that stability and bring in that natural environmental peace for yourself. Things might be unknown, and even if things don't make sense, the best thing to do is to take the first step. Baby steps is better than no step for your stability, to find your blessings. Libra, our sign sometimes not taking a chance or taking a risk, but a balanced Libra knows how to be stable and peaceful. See that you could have more blessings even in the situations that you're not familiar with. There's more out there for you than you may be believing presently. Scorpio, keep focus on the things that you could be understanding in, and that is the best way for you presently. That there might be something that needs to be modified. You're putting your focus in something that isn't really working out for you, then try to put your focus on what is the appropriate direction. So movement, choices, decisions. You may have to come out of a situation and go towards the right choice for you or the right decisions for you, best for you in the direction that you're meant to go. The way, of course, is understanding that your luck could be changing or your situations can be changing, and trusting in the natural ebb and flow of reality and avoiding certain cyclic situations just not really working out for you. Going towards the things that are synchronistic. Being able to find a middle road or a middle path beyond the extreme. Another part that I really enjoy about this card, it says, abandon false praise and people around you will be truthful. Abolish formality and those around you will be sincere. Forsake cleverness and people will be kind to each other. Scorpio, we're not really about things that are superficial. We like things to be sincere anyway. Look to the things that do maintain its sincerity, its truth. False praise, it's only temporary. Stick with the things that you really understand is best for you, and really choose what is meant to move for you. That's true to your soul's path. Maybe at first it may not seem comfortable, but eventually it will become comfortable as you move towards the direction you are supposed to go. Gemini, take a breath. Relieve yourself from your anxiety. Anything mercurial in the chart tends to get anxiety. It's a fast moving planet. So if things are overwhelming for you right now, really just take a step back and breathe. You might be feeling like you just want to be that inner child rather than dealing with the heavy affairs that's coming up presently. The focus really needs to be about your abundance right now. So roots of abundance upside down. Even though it is upside down, that doesn't mean that you don't have abundance available. It's that you may be treating a situation more immaturely, or you're overwhelmed. That way you don't see the abundance that's available to you. Also, coming apart upside down, you may be believing that someone is deceiving you. I tend to receive this card when there's deceit or there's cheating, when it's right side up. Don't come apart from situations that you believe is deceitful. It's possible it's not deceitful. You might just be overwhelmed that you can't see what's being revealed to you right now. That is abundant. And abundance is not only, financial material gains, but it's also gains in health, family, friends, soul tribe, romance, whatever it applies to. There's something more for you here. Take a breath or take a walk, take a breather. If weather permits for you presently, allow yourself to come back to center so you can see what is truly abundant for you, that is available for you right now. Aries, you have the World card coming up. The meaning is fulfillment and celebration. However, with this one particularly, there is a whale. For whale medicine, I tend to receive this for individuals that have someone insightful in their reality. Be sure you pay attention to any information that's coming from somebody that may have a frequency that they're vibrating that is really in tune. It may help you to see the treasures that you have. So you got Treasure Island, you have focus upside down. You're not focusing on the fact that there are blessings and treasures available to you, Aries, and then patience is upside down. You may be impatient right now. Focus on the things that make sense for you, that have gains for you, and keep in mind that treasures could be treasures in different elements as well. It could be financial, material abundance, but again, there's also more to that. People in your life could be a treasure. Try to take a step back when you're feeling patient and trust in high frequency to show you how you can fulfill the things that you desire presently, or you could celebrate them. And if you don't know a person that resonates with that frequency, try to see the whale medicine that's within you. Sag, you have new opportunities coming up for you. So what's available that's out there presently? Reliable is coming up though. Put energy into being there for yourself just as much as you are for everyone else. You have expression coming up. There's this need within you that you may need to express. Put some efforts into that when you have the opportunity, whether it is business oriented or artistically or whatever it applies to. There's a need for you to show yourself to the world. There's fairies on this card. They are connected to the earth medicine to you to allow yourself to express yourself if the weather allows or permits, or you can create that element at home or connect with your crystals, connect with something that has earthly vibes. Sleep coming up, so get some rest, get some sleep. Don't be hard on yourself if you need to take naps or you need to sleep a little bit longer if your schedule permits that. Sometimes when we get rest, it allows the prosperity to begin. What it is that you want to manifest will come to reality when you give your body or your mind or spirit a break. Also be reliable to your sleep schedule, your rest. Even if, you're just taking a break from your day, be reliable to you. You're probably busy being reliable for everyone else. Be there for yourself just as much. Taurus, at times we need to restrict situations because we're being too generous. This is the maple spirit medicine. We think about it, it's very loving, like the way Earth, Gaia gives to us, is generous to you and isn't just taking from you. You need to feel that you are receiving and giving equally in a situation. That's why you also have new vitality. Go a different route with whatever you're working with presently. Start fresh or renew, start new with a situation that is developing that maybe just isn't really working out the way that it should. We have to consider at times who we need to create a boundary with. We may need to restrict them from our lives so we can embellish in this new vitality that is available. You have solitude also coming up in Ace of Pentacles. Things that could be offered to you. This could be a job offer, a relationship, a business opportunity. It could be anything that you could receive, Ace of Pentacles, right? It could give to you something as much as you're giving in your generosity. Don't exhaust yourself by giving and giving if you're not receiving equally in energy. Pisces, forgiveness upside down coming up. I know there's that saying that you can forgive and, forget, but sometimes we need to understand that how many times can you forgive in a situation? It may not have balance. You might be sharing so much of yourself, your heart, giving a lot, and then you may be holding also this upset with a person because they're not giving you that same love. You don't have to be stuck in a situation like that just because you have this strong connection. We have to keep in mind that although people have a certain title or a certain role in our reality, they can still do damage towards us that it's out of our control. It's not up to us to keep giving that love, to keep expressing ourselves towards this person. And then it hinders you from manifesting your dreams, which is water spirit. So if your emotions are imbalanced, then how are you going to manifest? We got to keep ourselves in a peaceful state of consciousness so that we could find the balance to forgive the situation, let it go, and then manifest the dreams that we really want to create. Then you have wisdom. Pisces, keep in mind to look at the most wisest decisions or choices in your life that really allows you to feel the love is being shared. Some people you're not meant to share your wisdom with. Sometimes we have to keep in mind that they may not be conscious to that, or they may not be resonating in the same frequency as you. So be wise also to who you share your knowledge or gifts with. Virgo, there may be a situation that you need to walk away from. Maybe also a need with walk away, that your voice needs to be heard in a quest or a situation. So you may need to express what is wrong with the situation and then leave the situation so that that person figures out what went wrong to begin with. With Virgo, you might be drawn to just hermit and stay away from the situation and avoid it altogether, but you may need to seek that inner voice within you to say, hey, no, this is why this situation didn't work out. You could move on, and whoever else in the situation could move on as well. You got TikTok also coming up, and compassion. Like a timer on this situation. You gotta hurry up and close it out, and then have compassion for yourself, for the person in the situation, because maybe they don't know what they're doing. I love that quote, that Jesus quote, where it's like, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Sometimes that's the situation. Sometimes we have to go, well, that's who they are, and they may not understand, and they may not be at that frequency with you. The power of purpose. The thing is with people with certain signs in the zodiac, like Virgo, they may hesitate to speak up. I wouldn't expect this from someone that's shy or recluse to speak up. When they do, it's so powerful. Their voice is heard. Sure, you tie up the loose ends in this circumstance so that you could manifest the things that you need to manifest. You got earth magic upside down. Definitely can find abundance when you release some situations. Sometimes that's the whole lesson in itself, is to let go of something to open another door. Capricorn, it is an opportune time for you with the opportunity card to understand that there's more available to you out there presently, and to understand that you're a wise soul, possibly anticipated the successful outcome even before it has occurred. Quiet time upside down. You may need to put yourself more in your work, or put yourself more in situations that bring you your zen. Capricorn may have a difficult time pausing, so if you can't pause in a situation, then try your best to do the things that keep you busy, that bring you your zen, or, focusing on the things that you want to have gains in. And you also have music harmony upside down, as well as sacral and the wasp card. So there may also be disharmony in the things that you want to create success in. There might be some individuals that are angry, retaliative, or jealous of you. Keep that in mind, that sometimes it's like we'll have these opportunities, or we'll have these situations that are expanding for us, and some people just won't be happy for us. Who is happy for you instead of, envious of you. Sometimes it's rather strange too. Some people could be more successful than you, and then little things are happening to you and they're also envious. So watch out with that wasp medicine. Keep it moving, keep it peaceful, and things can be more abundant than you may be feeling right now. Aquarius, hydrate came up, so there's a need for you to quench your thirst. Also, you have eagle spirit freedom upside down. Some more freedom. You need some more space to flow. You may feel restricted. Vacation upside down. Knowing that you can't just work really hard, on the grind all the time. There's a need for you to take a break, even if it's a short break within your day, even if you can't take a full-on vacation, to allow yourself the space for a break so it feels like you have an ability to regenerate. You also have 2 strength cards upside down. One is the strength card with a tree on it, and one is the strength card with a tiger on it. So really look to the things that can empower you presently, that don't restrict you, and that you can hydrate your soul, hydrate your body, hydrate your emotions, your physical body, your spiritual body. Put in energy into replenishing yourself as you're able to find a way to be unrestricted, to spread your wings, to be free, to trust in the people that are really in their truth, that are in their integrity, that match the same frequency. Cancerian, you got round and round coming up. Round and round is a card that basically means that a situation is coming back around and you are able to handle it differently than you have in the past, where you have the upper hand in a sense. New beginning is also coming up. So it's also a way to restart something coming back around, but starting in such a way where it could be new. Willing to release. You got to let something go from the past so this new beginning can start. And the Witness, if you can see in the Witness card, she has an eye in her hand or in her palm. You can see beyond your physical eye. 10 of Cups, in a situation where you're happy, abundant, could also mean that you end up with someone romantically. Maybe you thought it was going to work out with someone, maybe even with a business, whatever it is applying to, that you thought this end game was going to emotionally be happy. It may not have worked out. Now that the situation is coming back around, now this can allow you the new way of handling the situation, where whatever is coming to you that could have a happy conclusion to the situation is possible if you let go of whatever you're holding on to. So, don't hang on to the things in the past. I like to quote Yogi Ananda, his book, The Autobiography of a Yogi. And don't quote me exactly on his words, but he says something like, it's nice to kind of look at things in the past as a reference, but if it's not really serving you in the now, then what's the point? Let go of whatever it is you're hanging on to so that this new opportunity that's coming around could develop in such a way that's different this time around, and maybe you'll enjoy it more than the previous situation. Leo, you have Tall Tale coming up. A tall tale has a Pinocchio on it. Watch who could be lying to you right now. A change in the wind is also coming up. So if there's something that feels like it's deceitful or the person is lying to you, you need to be in reality and really see what is the truth in this circumstance. Right? You're missing the red flags that are present. You have transformation also coming, which is transition, liberation. You got rise above your problems. Owl spirit upside down. Be wise, Leo. Owl spirit is able to swivel its head 360 degrees and know everything that's going on in every direction. Maybe you know everything in all directions except for one particular situation where a person is lying to you, and you might be lying to yourself also for whatever reason you think it serves you. Pay attention. You are stronger than you may think sometimes too. Of course, Leo is a lion and it's the sun. One of the strongest signs in the zodiac, I feel. I know a lot of people say Scorpio is, but just imagine that in the real world, a lion could crush a scorpion. You are strong. You are wise. You could swivel your head around and know all the situations because you're ruled by the heart and the sixth chakra. And like I said, you need to change it. Have that courage to really shift, transform, liberate yourself from whatever is deceiving. Now the reading for all signs. We all got 8 of Wands coming up. So don't be hasteful in situations. Don't move fast. You have to keep in mind the energies that could be combust or wild and that we need to pause with. But we have island solitude. Even if we want to be around other people, don't be hasteful. Be more in your solitude when it's needed. Find your peace first. We have whale breach coming up. So people could be deceitful right now. Power upside down. So don't push ahead, push forward, trying to move energy quickly ahead with other people, because you might tower, destruct, destroy yourself in the situation. But there's no need to destruct unnecessarily. Take a pause before initiating. Now, I've been talking about the astrology for October for quite some time. We have a full moon in Aries. A couple planets are going direct, like Pluto and Saturn. We may feel possibly some final exam situation that may transform quickly, maybe kind of robust. Try your best not to put yourself in predicaments that really don't make sense for you. Go towards your soul's path. Sometimes people don't know what their soul's path is. At times we just need to put our hand on our heart and really just ask ourselves at least 3 times a yes or no question to really feel it, to sense within us what is the right way for us to go right now. Libra energy present, which is ruled by the heart chakra, understanding what could come from a place of love presently. Don't be hasteful these days. We just don't know what kind of predicaments could come up. Some could be catastrophic, possibly with the positions of the planets. And, I don't want to get too deep in the meanings of the positions of the planets. I'd rather you understand the prediction that's been coming up for us collectively since the beginning of the year, and talking about this on different social media platforms, that this is an intense time. And the pressure could be felt. Probably was felt when we had the full moon in Pisces last month. At least Libra in a balanced state is trying to find peace and fairness. Now, on the negative aspect, could be deceitful, just like Mars and Gemini being in the negative aspect. What possibly could be coming up that isn't appropriate or humane? We have, Saturn and Aquarius. We want to look to the things that are humane, look to the things that create our stability and our resources. We need to stabilize things in our reality the best that we're able to deal with anything that could just flip-flop. Again, not to hammer this idea down, but can be really deceitful, really not peaceful. Though we have the capacity for peace, it may not be peaceful. You might celebrate Halloween. Mars is retrograding just the day before Halloween. Be aware of the things that could be dark. This is also Scorpio season coming in, and it doesn't have to be feared. If we look at it as if the veil is thinner and we have that ability to communicate with our ancestors, with divine spiritual realms, the upper worldly realms, rather than the lower worldly realms. So connect to divinity, upper world realms. Scorpio has that capacity, and so does Libra. Libra is the 7th sign. It does have that element of spirituality connected to it, and so does Scorpio. When Scorpio is balanced, it wants to dig deep for the things that are mystical, that are spiritual. It does elevate our consciousness, and maybe a big spiritual evolution can occur. Scorpio eclipse this month, that might be intense. It may push us to really shift so deeply that it may knock some things out of your reality that you didn't think you were going to lose. Sometimes, the rejection is the protection. We may need to release whatever that situation or circumstance is, so we could liberate ourselves, so we could transform, change, move, start anew, really develop in this new form, right? Whether it's like the Death card or the Tower card, because we could rise from the ashes, just like the Phoenix element. Be some warlike energies with a lot of the placements, depending on what you look at, even the Aries full moon. Maybe we can have faith that it doesn't have to be the worst case scenario. Yes, that doesn't mean that we have to live in fantasy, that things adverse are not going to happen. Let's be real. Keep in mind that it's our mindset also. So focus on the things that you need to focus on. Stabilize your reality. Don't expect that this is always what's going to be going on. If you put your mindset that that's what's really going to always be going on, then your reality is going to project such, and we all collectively could be projecting that. Can we be more expansive, the way that this Aquarian age is supposed to be coined toward? We do have the capacity to elevate ourselves and each other. Stick with the people and situations that are elevating your consciousness, that are elevating your reality. And the period between October-November eclipse, that could be some of the most intense energies. Hang in there through whatever haze is coming up, because eclipses create a haze between them. It always comes in 2s or 3s. Scorpio eclipse this month, and then the November one in Taurus. So this period of time could be the most intense. The great part about Sagittarius season is that we come towards the galactic center. There's always a good energy around Sagittarius. Libra can have a similar energy as well if we really tap into that feeling of peace. Enjoy at least a good part of this month that has that liberating, peaceful energy, so that even if we have a lot of tension and stress between October and November, that we will get to that. And things should lighten up around March. I mean, the years to come, the astrology is still like a roller coaster, but I still feel like Pluto being in Aquarius will be a bit more focused or derivative toward changing or transitioning things that are just not humane. Not to reiterate, I just don't believe that we need to continue to suffer. Let's find that within us, to really have compassion for people, to really find the peace that is available, to look forward to the things to come in a way to look to it as, you know, it could be optimistic. You know, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom, though yes, there is this vibe that it's non-stop doom and gloom. But what is being orchestrated in front of us, as if that's what we need to experience? No, we don't have to suffer and experience inhumanity the way that we are experiencing presently. So really try to embody watching your thoughts despite whatever catastrophes could be ahead, and don't just expect that everything has to be dark, but do be understanding to the warnings of the vibration of October through November. And I hope this helps you all in the present.